Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Otters Off the Ice. And we are joined once again by head coach Kris Mallette of your Erie Otters. Also a special guest today, Evan Headrick, here on the show, joining myself and Sean Lafferty. Gentlemen, how are we all doing today?
Great.
I'm doing good, yeah.
I just wanted to see if you could talk. Yeah, no, everything's good. Okay, that's the first shot fired from the coach. We'll see how this goes.
Before we get into conversation with these guys, we also have to address, okay, so second week of the jersey.
First one was Timmy Connolly with a Buffalo sweater.
That's right.
Ex-Erie Otter, Timmy Connolly. He might have been an original Otter. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But this is a Ramis Sadikoff Detroit Red Wings training camp jersey. Sadikoff, for those who don't know, goalie around 2010, 2011. Very entertaining, good goalie, very entertaining kid when he got a win. All kinds of antics on the ice. But, yeah, so seeing as they won't let me have a beer to represent the fan part of it, I'll just keep wearing different sweaters.
We like it.
All right,
Going
thank
from
you,
blue
sir.
to the red. Who knows what we'll see next week? So.
You never know.
You never know.
I'm starting to run out already.
There you go. All right, gentlemen. We'll start off, talk a little business, talk a little shop here with the most recent action on the ice for you guys. Of course, we go back to Friday night, a huge performance against the Sioux, taking out the Greyhounds in a shootout, 3-2 in that
Nice.
game. Real statement win. Obviously, got to be huge for morale. Coach, we'll start with you. Just what did you see in terms of some of the habits that really paid off in that game, and just the things that have been going right for you to, on the work on the ice in practice to make something like that possible.
Yeah, I think we had a game plan. Going back to when we were in the Sioux playing a similar game plan, but a bunch of new faces this time around. So, I thought that the best part was that our players were sticking to it. And as the game wore on, playing with the lead, until late in the third period, I thought that, we played a boring style of hockey game. And that's what we need to do to have success. And guys were sacrificing, guys were working extremely hard. And ultimately, you get to a shootout and good things happen for the Otters this time.
You play that, you call it a boring style, but is that the kind of game? Because when Jersey did it way back in the trap days, they would force other teams into an impatient game. They would force them into mistakes, and is that kind of the goal here?
I think the biggest thing for us is what we recognize as a staff is our group is, again, a younger, inexperienced group. So we wanted to give us the best opportunity to, like you said, put other teams into areas that they're not comfortable with. And when you see a team sitting back like we are, we're also conserving a little bit of energy so that we are able to transition. And when we're at our best, we transition really quick. So, yeah, the one thing that I think I've learned over the years is these young men are stubborn. And I say that, respectfully, but the other teams get stubborn. They'll force plays. And when we're on, like we were on Friday night, we were able to generate offense from it. So sitting back, a good defense always equals a good offense. And, we were fortunate it worked out for us that night.
What did it feel like on the ice?
It was great. We were super happy for each other, and we were just playing for each other. It felt like everyone was gelling, and then just super happy for our goalie. It's really, really important for him to get that win, and it just brings his confidence up.
Against his old team,
Again,
too.
yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Little revenge game.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was headed next for both of you guys. 34 saves, just the way he played, performed. One of your three goaltenders, which is tough to be in a situation like that. But for him, how much of a kind of redemption story was that? And just how impressed for you with not only the way he played through regulation, overtime, but also in the shootout to come up and give you guys an opportunity to win that one.
Yeah, he was seeing it like a beach ball. I think that, he gave us an opportunity to gain momentum, to keep momentum, to make saves when he needed to, and ultimately, in the shootout, you could tell that he was dialed. It meant a lot to him. It meant a lot for our team as well to perform for him. Much like when Ricky's first game, he gets a big goal off of that. You always play a little harder against your old team. There's a little validation to showing them up, and Teagues was right from the get-go. He was really, really dialed, and again, like Ricky said, very, very happy for for what we were able to do for him and what he was able to do for us.
Well, big moment too for another rookie, Gret McLean. What a beautiful move. I mean,
Well, let's not forget about Ulysses Lombardi.
Yeah, that's true.
He was our
That's
number
true.
3 shooter to keep us alive, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, if you look back at our shootout prior to, Tyler Cooper had an opportunity. You know, we're giving opportunities to guys to have these big moments, and you know, it's next man up.
All right, I got to ask,
big.
how do you is a shootout order already in your head when you walk into the arena that night, or is it something that you see in the game?
Absolutely. I think we have guys that obviously we're going to depend on, but there's also a feel aspect to it. You know, that Kenny usually sticks away from it, but it's myself and Keenan that, you know, I'll lean on Keenan and ask for his advice, but Kenny's just like, hey, I just want to score. Typical caveman, but yeah, for us it's a feel thing, and like we guessed right this weekend.
So a 3-2 shootout win against the Sioux to start the weekend. Obviously, a tough bounce back against London at home, a 6-1 loss. But anything you can take away from that one that you learn from, you move on from, and maybe just you know, some of the takeaways that you can kind of build off of from a game like that, I guess, or just from the weekend in the totality.
Ricky, I'll let you answer this one, big guy.
I think for us, like our group, we're obviously very young, but I think it's just the fact that we can't get too high or too low. Like we were super excited and super happy after that Sioux game, but after going into the London game, I think we got to kind of control our emotions a little bit and just stick to our game plan. And I think that's kind of where we went wrong a little bit.
Exactly. When you say stick to your game plan, but that's where you went wrong. What do you mean by that?
Just like we made mistakes. We didn't follow the game plan that Analee put out for us, and we just we didn't capitalize on our opportunities.
I think, you know, there were opportunities to capitalize on, but I think, you know, as we watch it, the competitiveness around the net, we talk about it all the time, winning the nets, I think that was a big difference for us. You know, we had opportunity to be really hungry and work for those second and third opportunities, whereas London capitalized on those opportunities for us. And again, it's a learning moment for our group. But I think you hit the nail on the head, highs and lows. We're going to have lots of them and how we react. But you know what? It's been a long time since we listened to a win song. It had been a long time since we, you know, shook hands as you know, coaches and players. So I'll give those guys over this last little bit, you know, a couple overtimes, a couple shootouts, and a win. It's progress in the right direction.
And before we move ahead and really dive into kind of Evan, your path here, I just wanted to backtrack to the Kitchener game. Your third on the year, the third goal in the game, the comeback trail, the goal itself.
Gotta ask you.
Gotta ask about that because that was a really impressive play, an impactful play. Obviously, you guys hung in tough in that game. Just that looked like it was hard to execute. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, walk me through how you were able to make that all kind of materialize.
I think we just to start it, like in our D zone, we talk about not letting their guys roll. So I always have that in the back of my head because I've made that mistake one too many times. But I had that, and then I just poked it free, and then I remember skating down the ice and thinking that I know that goalie really well, and I think he wouldn't think that I would shoot. So I kind of just closed my eyes and shot and was hoping, and it went in. So
At what point did you think I can catch up with this puck? Because I mean, your speed was on display. I mean, I've got to admit, from 212, I didn't think you were going to catch up to it before the end line.
I thought I was going to catch up to it faster. I didn't think I hit it that far, but I thought I was going to have more time than I did. And their D was coming back on, like closing really fast. So I just had to make a quick play.
Coach, how much of this is, how much of that is a teaching moment about never give up on the play, just be a dog on a bone?
Yeah, we want our players playing with confidence and skating as much as possible all the time, and that was a great moment for Evan. He knocked it off. It was Dylan Edwards actually that he intercepted that pass. So he better got on his horse because you know how quick Eddie can close. So I think he had a little energy boost, which was awesome. The goal itself, seeing eye shot, even though you said you closed your eyes, I think it was a very, very good goal. Huge moment for our group, and again, just really happy with the way it ended with you and how you were able to kind of stick it to your old team, which was great.
So, Coach, what have you learned about Evan since that trade? A huge trade that obviously a lot of people have been talking about since it went down in December. Just what have you learned about, one of several of your new players on this roster, but who we're sitting with right here today?
Yeah, he plays a lot bigger than his stature. That's something I think he prides himself on, is his work ethic, his ability to compete. I think as we continue to move along this path, he's part of what we're trying to do here in this future of it. I think gaining confidence each and every game as he plays is you see it each and every day. He talks about the mistakes, but I think he can tell you over and over again, mistakes are okay. Like, as long as you learn from him, he gets an opportunity each and every game to continue to grow in those confident moments. And playing on the power play, getting kill time here and there, 5-on-5, ultimately against, the other team's top 6 and top defenseman is only going to bode well. So you see it every day. He just doesn't quit. And I think, being a player of his stature, that's how you have to play. You're always going to be up against guys that are bigger and stronger. How you compete on pucks, which Ricky does as good or better than most, is what defines him and separates. So now we just got to continue to game with the confidence. Great kid, really good person, always smiling, talking. Guys really like him. He's been a great addition to our room.
And Evan, how have you felt like you fit in here so far? It's been almost a couple months, I believe. Just from your perspective, what is this experience like to be a part of the Erie Otters?
Yeah, it's been great. Ever since I came here with my brother, obviously, it's been like kind of just like not like home, but like a second home. Like I've came here 5-ish times with my brother, and then ever since then I've always wanted to play for Erie. And then going through like the draft process, I was a little sad that it wasn't going to be able to happen, but my dad said is like, you never know, like everything can change, and that's what happened. And then coming here, it was just like everyone was so welcoming, like the coaches, the players, management. Like I couldn't have asked for a better welcome. And then just it's been unreal.
How many times have you been called Owen?
Like 5. My billet mom called me Owen. So
I was going to say, that's always the biggest challenge for me. I'm trying so hard not to say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. For the hardcore Otters fans, the lifelong fans, they are obviously aware of this. But in case you don't, older brother Owen, part of the 2017 OHL championship team here with the Erie Otters, as you alluded to earlier, not a total stranger to this place, but what is it like to kind of be back? And like you said, not quite a second home, but not completely unfamiliar when you got here, right?
Yeah, it was unreal. I remember seeing or watching the Warren Fogle score the goal, and it was crazy. The atmosphere was something I'd never forget. Mm-hmm. It was I can't remember how many people were in here, but I remember not being able to sit down without touching shoulders with the person next to you. And I was 8 years old, so I was pretty small. So that's how many people were in here.
That's I feel old moment number 1 today. I was 8 years old.
Yeah, but just the atmosphere and like the fan support. He said was one of the biggest takeaways he had from his time in Erie.
What do you feel like is the relationship like, with your brother on and off the ice? And are you guys pretty tight? I mean, what do you feel like is some of the big pieces of advice he's given you, not only just in the sport in general and on the ice, but maybe even with this place and these people?
Yeah, he's my biggest role model. Like, he's my best friend. He just tells me just have fun, like just play hockey. He always tells me whether or not to play with more confidence, but he also tells me if I'm being cocky and just an idiot. So he keeps me humble, but he's also my biggest fan. And he just told me have fun, play my game, and everything good will come.
All right, he's not here to answer the question. So who's the better player?
Right now, it's him for sure.
Okay, fair enough. You're saying there's room to catch up.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm hopeful.
To follow up, though, what are the biggest differences do you feel in your game versus how he played? I mean, what are the biggest differences? We talked to general manager Dave Brown about this when you first arrived. Just not to put you on the spot here, but
He's a defense, so we different positions, but I think we have a lot of similarities, but I'm a bit better of a skater, faster at least. He's better on his edges, but he's a harder shot, better shot. So he lets me know that.
All the time, I'm sure. All the time.
Coach, what have you seen even in the short time about the development that Evan's shown, and just you kind of talked about kind of the skill set, but what have you seen even just in the short time from the first day you got him, and just to see where he's come to now at this point?
Well, I mean, opportunity, it allows players to flourish, right? And from the get-go with Evan and all the new players that we've had and returning players, it's, they're the ones, and I beat this drum over and over again, but they're the ones that dictate how much they play. And they're able to make mistakes. One thing that they can control is their work ethic, and that's never a question with Evan. So I think that, with that and the mistakes that are made, he understands. We talk about it, we move on, and like I said, hopefully those become less and less as we mature. And we've got to remember he's a young man. This is his first real full season. When you think about it, he was, hampered last year with an injury and so on and so forth, playing limited roles. Here, he's throwing right to the fire. So we're learning this and going down this journey together. And I can't say enough, he's part of the future for this rebuild that we're going through right now. And it's pretty exciting.
Last time we talked to you, Coach, it was just the beginning of this. You had just seen this huge influx of new players. I think it's fair to say that you and the rest of the staff are doing something that very few staffs have ever done, and that is basically start over in the middle of the season with the number of players. And when I say start over, forming another team again. How is that going like a month later?
Well, I mean, the result isn't as I guess the fan would be like, why aren't you winning more games? We're judged on wins and losses, and our staff and ownership and management and even our players, we talk about process over result and what we're doing each and every day. We're allowing these young men to flourish as individuals. We're teaching them skills that we feel are necessary for them as an individual. We're training them as individuals. Like as much as we're a team, these guys have specific weight training programs to hopefully get them better. They're on the ice in smaller groups to hopefully make them better in a certain area or in an area that they need improvement in, or an area that they excel in. They're getting a different type of coaching now in regards to just the whole development program. So we're seeing the behind the scenes, the day to day, the confidence that they're getting with these reps in these small groups that might not translate to the common eye or just to the average fan, but as a staff, and I think the players, we show them when they're doing things well. We talk about when we need to improve or what we can do differently, and that margin is getting smaller and smaller. But again, the wins and losses often are the ones that anybody and everybody only look at. Us right now, we're making gains slowly.
Again, as a fan, there was a moment that struck me, and it was overtime, and Noah, I'll call him Noah 60. The puck had taken a crazy bounce. He was twisting around, ended up on his backside, and the puck got popped in from his right. And there was a moment where he sat there. He did not just do the get up and, oh, well, we scored. And he sat there, and you could see that moment mattered, that he cared, the team cared. They were, to your words, they were playing for each other. What's that like to see for both of you? What's that like to see as a coach first?
Well, I mean, that's it. We talk about our group and how close we are, and our room is legit. Like, our guys love hanging out together. We create a positive environment that guys want to be in. We give a lot, we ask a lot, and that's how the relationship works. And our guys care. These guys hate to lose. We all hate to lose, but we also understand that, again, we talk about these small gains as we continue to move forward. We're going to be better. There's brighter days ahead. The sun shines. We've got a roof over our head and food on the table. Like we could be in worse situations, and that's something that we talk about often. And like I said, our guys care. We're going to grow together, and it'll be sooner than later when we're on the other side and just talking about how good we are.
But Dubs, what did that feel? I mean, was I reading it correctly when I saw? I mean, it was a moment that seemed to really matter. Like that was a bummer because everyone wanted that second point, wanted that win at that moment.
Yeah, and especially when we work so hard, like we feel like we were in that game, and we were, and just like everyone was playing for each other. We were battling, we were competing, and we just came up a little bit short. But at the end of the day, like, Kitchener, they're going for it, and we're maybe not in that same situation, but we understand, and we were just like, we're right there. We're one shot, one unlucky bounce away, and we just use that kind of confidence into the next game and the next weekend and then the rest of the season.
Because it really was kind of a crazy bounce around with the puck, how it ended up going one way and then right back out the other side of the net.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I remember watching it from the bench, and I was just like, no. It was my old team too, and I was just no. And then
right onto tape too.
Right on
I mean,
the
when
tape.
it bounced, it was right there.
I know, yeah. Couldn't have been a worse bounce to end the game.
All right, we've got some fan
Fan
mail.
mail.
Let's get to it.
We got to get a sound effect for fan mail or something.
I'm leaving that to you.
All right,
Like
I can
have
do
a
it.
stork coming through. Dropping it.
Just drops.
Yeah.
So we've got one lucky fan named Theo W. Shout out here, 8 years old, big Otters fan, has a few different questions. All right, we'll start with Evan. Wants to know, this is really controversial stuff. What is your favorite color and why?
Favorite color is orange.
Orange.
I've always.
Whoa, okay.
How come?
To be honest, I'm not sure why. I think it's because my older brother Owen's favorite color is orange, and I just stole it from him, I think.
All right. Hey,
He wants to know. He also
Mine too.
Theo wants orange.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Tennessee, Mr. Tennessee over
I know.
there.
No one cares about that.
Well, no one cares about that, but I'm explaining it.
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
Right. He also wants to know if you like playing for the Otters. Coach Cover, you're allowed to say no if you like. Be our
Just show
guest.
you're letting your fan down.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
Playing for the Otters is the best thing. I have fun every day at the rink. I love coming to the rink, love getting better on the ice, and it's been the most fun of my life.
Ice time secured. All right. Do you have a favorite NHL team and player?
Favorite NHL team is the Leafs, and hard saying,
Make Coach
hard
That's a
saying,
tough sell. Yeah.
hard saying that right now, but I just the past few years, I guess, but I just
Since 1967.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
who's
Just a few.
counting?
Who's counting, right?
Just a few.
But my whole family is Leafs fans, so it's tough right now. But and then
I get it. I'm a Browns fan, man. I get it. I feel your pain.
and favorite player is Patrick Kane because just when I was super young and they were winning all those cups, and just remember watching him and like really like just being in awe of what he was doing with the puck and like his creativity with it. It was just something I've never seen before.
Interesting.
No offense, he's not my favorite player because I watched him score hat trick after hat trick after hat trick after hat trick against the Otters. It got a little old for a year or so. He's a heck of a player, though, man. I mean, I think his game speaks for itself.
Yeah.
All right, final one for you from Theo. Favorite snack?
Favorite snack. Favorite like candy snack for me is Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay.
Just those are my favorite. And then favorite actual snack, I think my mom makes these grilled cheeses, and they are the best thing. I could eat 100 of them.
What separates them, man? I want to.
I don't know. she does something that's just magical, and they're unbelievable.
So, Mom, if you'd like to give us a shout out and let us know what
What we're missing out on.
what we're missing out on, exactly, that would
Primarily.
be awesome.
Yeah. All right, so Theo, thanks for the great questions again.
Yeah,
If you have a question, if anybody has a question for our coaches and players here on Otters Off the Ice, make sure you check us out on Facebook. So get your question in there. And again, Otters Off the Ice, joined again by Coach Kris Mallette and Evan Headrick. Let's continue the show here. This is from me, less exciting than Theo. For both of you guys, what is a non-hockey skill or talent someone might not guess that you possess?
I love cooking. I cook anytime I'm home. At the time, I'm cooking for the family, and I think our staff can attest. I can grill some meat with the best of them. So,
He brings it. What's the
yeah.
best? What's the best that you got?
Well, any red meat I can, and then red wine. You
What
gotta
is best
pair it.
received? What's the team assessment of this?
Well, you're gonna have to ask them, but
Ah.
I think I do.
Yeah.
No, I think that was it U.S. Thanksgiving? I had them over for non-traditional. I cooked up some ribeyes and some barbecue ribs. And
Oh, man.
went full caveman for Kenny Paroff, and yeah, it was good. I had about 10 people over, so yeah, I love to cook. It's kind of a pastime that I love.
For me, I love fishing. Go fishing every summer for hours and days, and we just go with my family. It's just nice. Have
Off the
fun
boat,
out
off
there.
the dock. What do you like?
Anything. Mostly off the boat
Okay.
at our camp. Yeah.
All right. That's cool. Way to spend a long, lazy day
Yeah,
and
it's
just
the
enjoy
best.
yourself.
It's the best.
Relax.
All right, so this can be sports or non. This can just be anything in society. What's a take that you have? Something you're gonna die on the hill, even if it's unpopular, or even like a habit or a preference, something like that. It can be a hot take. It doesn't have to be a hot take, but just something that you feel strongly about. That you're like, you know what? It might be controversial. It might not be the most popular opinion or the most popular preference or something, but you're like, I'm gonna die on the hill for it. For both of you guys.
That's a high bar to
tough
cross,
question.
man.
We might have to table it.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I got nothing.
I have no idea.
That's a good one.
Oh, thank you. Can we make sure we clip that part when he says Fenner? That's a good one. I gotta make sure I get credit for this.
Holy. Just keep every question he asks. He's just
Yeah.
going to dub
Just
that
dub
back
that
in.
in.
Fenner,
Just-
that's a good
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Hey, Fenner, that's a great one.
That's a good one.
Finally got him.
Yeah, no comment. Unfortunately, I can't think of anything right now.
Even just like a sports take, something you feel strongly about, like this guy deserves to be a Hall of Famer. This guy deserves to have a jersey retired, or this guy should be considered the greatest of all time.
Belichick. Like, he's-
Okay,
Yeah.
you're going right to
Bill
that one.
Belichick.
yeah, that's the only one. That's a great. He's got to be in there. Like I don't understand.
As first
any of
ballot,
the
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Can't
absolutely.
believe that.
But
I could not.
That's a simple one. Wait, laid that one up for us.
Okay, I'm just trying to help open it up here. It could be anything along those lines. It doesn't even have to be completely fresh or current, but good
Keep
call.
that clip, too, for everyone. That's simple, man. Just laid that up for us. Mike's Softballs. That's what we'll call this segment.
A new segment of the show. There you go. Anything for you, Evan, along those lines?
I think the Toronto Maple Leafs would win in the next Stanley Cup. Not this one, the next one.
Oh,
They're
yeah?
taking a
Oh,
year
okay.
off, yeah.
Wow. That is huge.
Okay.
That is huge.
Yeah.
What
They're-
leads you to that
They're
conclusion?
going to say Mitch Marner comes back to the Leafs.
No, I wish.
Well, yeah. Another kid we got sick of watching light up the net here.
I think they're going to do a little bit of retool at the deadline, and then next year Matthews is going to score 60, and he'll carry them to the Cup Finals, hopefully.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
That was tough. No, but he's turning it around.
All right,
It's
excellent.
tough though now. I mean, we're gonna,
I'm leaving
again,
that one.
Sabres fan. There's not one good year does not make a dynasty. So I do feel for Leafs guy over here. The Sabres have never won the Stanley Cup.
Sabres are a wagon right now.
They're a
good.
wagon. I know.
They're
Didn't think we
What
could
is
say that like
going
2-3
on?
months ago.
They're
Who would have thought the Bills
feeling
would
it.
be on the other side of it?
It's crazy. Yeah, what we were saying. If you'd have said 3 months ago that you feel much better, that Buffalo fan feels much better about the Sabres than they do about the Bills, they'd have said you're crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
That would have been the
there
hottest
you,
take.
But there you go. And skilled guys played, working
Just finding a way, getting
Yeah.
good goaltending.
Yeah.
They just score, man.
Kekalainen comes in and says, I don't care about any of you. You can all go or all stay. You make
Yeah.
your mind up, and that's the way. Do you think? I mean, you guys are deep in the sport. Was that real? I mean, people think that was a big deal, that the GM comes in and says you're not safe.
Well, I mean, I think that it does add a little bit. Like, you can get comfortable in your situation, especially if you've got a contract for multiple years and whatever that may be. I mean, if you're comfortable, typically you're not evolving. And they obviously were kind of stuck in a stalemate, I think. And good on them because it's working right now, whether or not that's the case. But they found a way, and they're rolling.
Well, Coach Evan, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it so much.
Mike's cutting off the Sabres discussion. He's like, this is not a show about the Sabres.
That is where we will leave it. And for Mike Fenner, Sean Lafferty, Coach Kris Mallette, and Evan Headrick, thanks so much for you, the fans,
Thanks,
for
guys.
joining us once again.
Appreciate it.
You're on Otters Off the Ice. We'll see you next time.